So one of the best parts about this hike is that you get wet.
That's a little scary.
For the last couple days, we've been exploring Zion National Park. We've hiked some of the popular trails in Zion Canyon, explored the less busy Kolob Terrace, and visited what we think is the best view in the park at Observation Point.
And for our final couple days at Zion, we're heading northwest for some adventures both in and outside of the park, starting with a hike to the popular Kanarra Falls.
Kanarra Falls is located close to Zion National Park in the town of Kanarraville.
And a few important things to know about this hike: they only allow 150 hikers per day, and you have to get a permit to hike, which costs $12 per person. Used to be kind of a local secret hidden gem, but it's become very, very popular, so the permits sell out fast. We got ours about 6 weeks ago, and they're already sold out for like weeks in advance.
And despite it being outside the national park, dogs are still not allowed. But it's a super unique hike. We are so excited to do it, but we don't want to spoil it, so just stay tuned.
All right, first of many river water crossings.
All right, it's about to get a little more interesting.
Oh no! Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh at your pain. So one of the best parts about this hike is that you get wet, which can be bad if it's really, really cold, but basically for the rest of the hike, from our understanding, we're gonna be hiking through a creek, kind of like the Narrows at Zion. This has been compared to mini Narrows. Since we couldn't do the Narrows this time, this looked like an awesome alternative. We bought these neoprene socks yesterday, which are basically like wetsuit socks to hopefully keep our feet from freezing, because we read that the water's like 30 to 35 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
We knew that we were gonna be getting our feet wet, and we knew it was gonna be cold, so we were just kinda, all right, just gonna have to grin and bear it. But yesterday, last second decision, we looked around looking for these socks, and we were calling around, and we saw a review that someone got some from Ace Hardware, of all places. So we called them up in Cedar City, and they had a few pairs, so rushed over there, grabbed them.
Now we're hitting the Narrows part. It looks just like it.
These are so tall, like 200, 250 feet.
This is like Wire Pass and the Narrows having a baby.
Yeah.
Or just the Narrows on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Yeah. It's getting so loud in here.
You probably can't hear this, it's so loud.
Check this out.
All right, I'm gonna go up this sketchy
little scary. That was such an awesome, amazing, so much fun experience.
Oh my gosh.
Loved it.
Blast, even though it's really cold,
Yeah.
it is so much fun.
Yeah, so we conquered that ladder, and you can actually keep going further than that. There's another big boulder that you can climb up onto and go around. There's not as many handholds. There's a couple logs that go up that you can put your feet on to go. I got up there. She got halfway.
I struggled to get up like the last big rock because I couldn't like get my legs to swing. So and my hands were so cold, they're like turning numb and hurting. I just didn't feel confident in my ability to lift myself up, and it just didn't feel like the safest idea for us. So we turned around from there. But you can go farther than even that part. I think there's like one more waterfall or one more section, but then they say like you really need to turn around after that. It can get really, really dangerous. So we're happy with what we did.
Yeah, that ladder thing is so cool and unique and different. You don't see that really anywhere.
Yeah,
so
it was probably one of my favorite hikes we've ever done.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's up there like top 5 maybe, I don't know.
It's like the Narrows, but with a ladder and a waterfall and just so many things to see and do. It was just so, can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. Will say though, I was hyping these socks up, but my feet are getting cold. But imagine if I didn't have these socks on, we didn't have them, it would be 10 times worse.
Dry, warm shoes. Feels so good. So the All Trails map says it's 6 miles round trip for the hike, but for the part that we did, just going to that second waterfall and turning back, it was about 4 miles, or 4 miles exactly, and took us about 2 hours and 10 minutes. We wanted to grab a post-hike treat at this little place called Kanarra Falls Snackery. It's this super cute, kind of like snack stand on this family's farm. And they sell coffee, smoothies, a couple food items. It just looked so cool, but unfortunately, I don't think they've opened for the season yet.
That's something we've noticed as we've kind of traveled through southern Utah a little bit. Little places like this, or just restaurants in general, they might close down for the season, and they tend to open up around this time, March, April kind of thing. So if you're planning on coming here, just keep that in mind, that could be the case, so you know what's open and not.
So you're not sad.
Yeah, like
but
us.
This place is really cool. If you come in the summertime, I'm sure they're open then.
Looks
Definitely
awesome.
check it out. It's precious, has a great view. We hear there are farm animals too, so looks like an awesome spot. But we're just gonna spend the rest of the day mostly just letting our shoes dry and also just working a bit. And then tomorrow we're gonna head to Zion National Park again, but this time we're gonna go to Kolob Canyons, which is an area of the park in the northwest corner near Kanarraville. Kolob Canyons was added to Zion National Park in 1956, and it's about a 50-minute drive from the famous Zion Canyon and way less busy than that part of the park, so we hear. And so far, the views are just as incredible.
We just drove the 5-mile scenic drive, and we'll show you more of that in a bit. But first, we are doing the Timber Creek Overlook Trail, which is about a mile round trip. This overlook is incredible. Just basically, I guess, 270-degree views. Man, the light's like pouring through. And then behind back here, the light's already shining on these mountains here. It's gorgeous. You can see so far off that way. This is a special spot.
And there's no one else here. I feel like we're a broken record always talking about the crowds, but we just love to experience nature in more solitude, and that's kind of hard at Zion sometimes. So this spot is so special.
Next up, we're gonna drive back down the Scenic Drive. Like I said, it's about 5 miles, and we noticed on the way up, and we read beforehand, that all the pull-offs, or most of them, are on the right side. So it's probably best to do the stop-offs on your way back down. We really thought this area of the park was just as beautiful as Zion Canyon, the main area. The only downside is there's less trails to do, and the ones that are here are more backpack focused as opposed to day hiking.
So we originally planned to do a hike today called the Middle Fork of the Timber Creek Canyon. I don't know.
I think you're right.
It's a long name. It's supposed to be the best hike in this part of the park, and it's not too long. However, yesterday there was a rock slide, and they've closed the trail. And we were actually supposed to be here yesterday, but it was too hot to leave Kona, so we pushed it to this morning. And so we are super bummed that we missed the trail by a day, but we are so thankful that we were not on the trail when that happened. From the little we've heard, there was tons of dust everywhere, but we don't really know the extent of the damage or when the trail will be back open. So if you are visiting Zion, we definitely recommend coming to this area, and hopefully that trail will be back open because we hear it's really beautiful, and hopefully the Kanarra Falls Snackery will be open and you'll have better luck with that too.
We of course loved our time at Zion, and we really enjoyed exploring the areas that we hadn't been to and kind of the lesser known areas. It's just been an amazing time.
Awesome.
So beautiful here. Can't get over it. But in our next video, we are going to be exploring Bryce Canyon National Park,
which is another national park we have visited before, but we're really excited to go back. Ugh, spider web.
Ew.
Kolob Canyons. Okay.
Kolob.
Kolob. Kolob. Dang it. Kolob. I want to say Kolob. It's not right. Kolob.
Yep.
Dang it, I said it wrong yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, gross. My toes look disgusting. Do you see that? They're like grapes, little prunes.
The only downside is there's less trails to hike, and the trails that are here are more backpack focused. Backpack.
I'm going backpacking.
Yeah. You coming?